Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. They suffered a blowout loss, trying to leave that one in the rear view and focus on the game at hand. All right, guys, topic of the day. There was a stat that came out that was really interesting. Until last season, every NBA Finals in the last 15 years included either Duncan, Kobe, or Wade. Kenny, do you think Wade's impact on the NBA has gone underrated?
I think it has. I would say that I can't name 3 two guards in the history of the game that have a better career than him. I don't think I can name more than 3. Jerry West, Michael Jordan. That's about it. I'm not sure.
You know, above all else, Wade has won titles.
Kobe.
He's done it in a number.
It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Cavs in Cleveland. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Lawson. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. Dang with the buckets. And for Goran Dragic, so incredibly efficient on the offensive end over the last couple of years, whether with Phoenix or Miami, he's really upped his game.
You know, Kevin, it took him a few years to kind of get comfortable in the NBA, much like the great Steve Nash, who had his struggles early in his career. Now the game is kind of slowed down for him. He's not forcing as much, and it has certainly paid off. Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Harden. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Boy, was he physical. I mean, in that game, just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
He said they've really got their work cut out for them, dealing with a player like Kevin Love, saying he's a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots. Get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And it's on Whiteside of Miami at the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season, averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Now, here is Harden. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Dragic kicks to Wade. Back to Dragic. No good on the triple.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Harden, and it's sent back by Bosch. They recover it. No good from Lawson.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Dragic with it. Now Lawson defending and stolen by Love. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Lawson's against Dragic. Love with the screen on Dragic. Ariza outside. Kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Houston needs to get a shot off. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in block shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
So it's Miami now, following the score by Houston. Dragic with another miss. Harden with it. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Capella, and it's Whiteside with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here.
Что, сегодня выигрываю карточку? Надо уже первую победку оформлять.
Wade dishes to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by Miami. The wide open look here for Bosch. Miami no good on that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Lawson in the corner. Love with the screen on Dragic. Lawson the pass to Harden. Clock is at 3. Capella kicks to Ariza. Stolen by Bosch. Lawson's against Dragic. Pass to Wade. Inside. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Wade.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's Harden. It's a pick by Love. It's Harden with the drive. And it's Capella missing.
Good pick, but he
Видишь, как он не попадает.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
And they take the lead. Bosch has got his second bucket of the night.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Now Lawson. In the loss to the Warriors the other night, definitely was not himself. Harden against Wade, down to 5 on the shot clock. Love with the screen for Harden. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Now, here's Dragic. 14 points from him the last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
What stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like him, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3 or just taking it to the rack himself.
Now here's Ariza. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Wade misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
The Heat making a switch here. Stoudemire's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Mozgov, he's checked in for Capella. Now here's Stoudemire. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Rockets trail by 3. Lawson kicks to Love. It's a pick by Love. It's Harden with the drive, and the rejection by Stoudemire. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stoudemire. And the Heat with some changes. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. Houston also making some changes. Matajunas is checked in for Love. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Now, here is Harden. And Dragic with a clear path to the hoop. And Green gets it to go.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And Beverley kicks to Matajunas. On the wing, Harden. Guarded by Green. Stolen by Bosch. Inside. And it's Green slamming it down.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia slam cam. Here's Dragic. James Harden picking up that last basket. Dragic dishes to Winslow. Passes to Bosch. And again, Miami with the triple.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And here's Harden following Chris Bosch's three. Mozgov's shot is off. And here's Miami. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Dragic. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And now a 10-point Heat lead.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Harden kicks to Brewer. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. There's the feed to Matajunas. Puts it up from 12. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Here is Harden, following the score by Miami. Feeds it to Mozgov. Looking for Matajunas, he gets it there, and the layup falls. Matajunas has got his first basket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's Harden, lays it in off the breakaway. Harden's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Houston. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the Heat call time here. Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, defenders selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Kevin Love's checked in for the Rockets. Thornton comes in for James Harden. Now, here's Thornton. Love the pass to Beverley. 1:51 left here in the first quarter. Back to Love. It's stolen by Stoudemire. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first. Now here's Beverley. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And the dunk by Love.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's Green. 6 points for him. The fadeaway hits the front of the rim and out. Rockets trail by 6. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Beverly dishes to Mozgov. Pass to Brewer. On the wing, Thornton. The dish to Brewer. Back to Thornton. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Dragic kicks to Anderson. In the corner, Winslow with it. Shot to stop the drought. He lays it in.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Near the three-point line, it's Love, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline.
Жаль. Было бы неплохо.
And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like...
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg, the love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does, but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, Trevor Ariza out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Lawson. Then it's Thornton. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Lawson against Dragic. The shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
To the left side wing. Out of bounds. Nice. Houston takes possession.
A moment to check out Ty Lawson here. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
No doubt. I mean, he knows how to run this offense, and that's always valuable coming off the bench.
Chris Bosh has checked in for Winslow. Houston also making some changes. Montezumas comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Harden in for Marcus Thornton. Shot clock at 6. Back to Harden. Shoots the 3. And that one's good. Harden's got 11.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Dang passes to Wade. Good ball movement here by Miami. Right side, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Capella dishes to Lawson. Montezumas kicks to Harden. And the 3 off target.
Well, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Here's Wade. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Tipped away. Was in the pass to Harden. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Right side, good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Wade with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And here's Bosh for 3. The basket good off the assist from Wade. And it's a 4-point Heat lead.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
He dishes it to Whiteside. Rockets against Lawson. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Lawson. Dishes it to Capella. Ariza gets to Moniunas. 5 on the clock, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Harden, no good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Dang against Ariza. It's Dragic with the drive. Dang dishes the Bosh. And another basket for Miami.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Harden against Wade. Capella, the pass to Moniunas. That drops.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
From 12 feet out, Moniunas grabs the miss. For Houston, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Lawson gets to Ariza. In the corner, Harden. Back to Ariza. The pass to Capella. Lawson outside. Shoots it up. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Wade outside. Tries from 10. And all around won that time before dropping in. Wade's got 4 this quarter. Rockets trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Lawson dishes to Moniunas. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Timeout called the Heat. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Inter-conference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Miami. Gerald Green comes in for Goran Dragic. And here's Green outside. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 5 assists tonight.
And he came off that screen, and he just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Maniunas, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Stolen by Beverly. In the corner, Harden. Six on the shot clock. Baseline try. Green with the rebound.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. Kevin Love's checked in for the Rockets. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
And here's Harden. 13 points in the game. Love with the screen on Green. Harden the pass to Love. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08. And really, he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Houston making a switch. Thornton's checked in. Stoudemire kicks to Winslow. Beverly against Wade. He kicks it to Winslow. It's rebounded by Houston. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And guys, the wheels really fell off for Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
Blocking foul, called on. That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul. Here's Beverly. Mozgov a screen on Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Brewer dishes to Love. This one for 3, and Thornton gets it to go on the assist by Love. Thornton's got 8 points. And on the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Now, here's Brewer. Defense is right there. Beverly, the pass to Mozgov. He feeds it to Brewer. Back to Mozgov. To the inside. Stolen by Anderson. 4-on-3 break. Wade kicks to Stoudemire. And it's good. Stoudemire's got his second bucket of the game to go.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Rockets have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Mozgov a screen on Wade. Beverly dishes to Mozgov. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
Hey, guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
And it's the Rockets on the break. Beverly up top. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Mozgov. 6 to shoot. Brewer with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now Wade. Out left to the wing. Puts it up. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. .20 seconds left in the second quarter. Off the pick. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Yeah, everything's been perimeter-oriented, and you have to be hitting shots to play that way.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more in-game.
And so that brings the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing. And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. He's got 13 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang and Bosh are small and power forwards. And it's Whiteside in at the 5. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. The shot's good from Love.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
The drive by Bosh. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Rockets leading by 4. The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26-15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
It's deflected. Capella, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Outside Dragic.
Ёпта, блядь. Что нахуй случилось?
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And I do remember that Mexico City game last year for the Rockets. A huge turnout for them. It felt like they were the crowd favorites. Still, you can't take anything away from their road performances last season.
Harden against Wade. Capella, the pass to Love. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, you think about the Rockets, as you mentioned. I mean, one reason they were so good on the road is their offense didn't miss a beat when they left Houston. When you can get to the line as much as they did, you remain consistent on the road. You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Love with the screen on Dragic, and Lawson with the drive. Here's Capella and the powerful one-handed slam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Right side a screen. Wade kicks to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. 5 to shoot. Now here's Lawson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. In the corner, Harden. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Dang, heading to the hoop. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
For 3, Love. Outside for Lawson. Pass to Love. Back to Lawson. Harden against Deng. It's Harden with the drive. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Harden's got 15 points.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year. But the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
Wade kicks to Dragic. Bosh inside. He's got 19. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Harden with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Harden dishes to Love. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. Off the pick. And Love throws it down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Deng kicks to Dragic. Passes it to Whiteside. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Whiteside's got 8 points.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And here's Harden. 15 points in the game. Love the pass to Capella. It's tipped. Shoots it. Again, Love missing. The Heat trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Wade. Here's Whiteside. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Harden dishes to Capella. Harden outside to the middle. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That's his first foul.
Oh, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade. Here is Harden. He's got 17. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Harden's got 19 points.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand. And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Chris Bosh. And a switch here also for Houston. Brewers checked in. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, you know, what he did in that national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
It's tipped. Everly with the ball. In the corner, Harden. The feed now to Mozgov. Down low. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Mozgov. 16 points for Kevin Love. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
And, guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight. That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Mozgov sets a screen for Harden. Mozgov kicks to Love. Can't cash in from close range.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
It's Dragic with the drive. Winslow wide open. He fires, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And it's now only a 1-point Houston lead. Now Harden. 19 points in the game. It's Mozgov, top of the key. Love kicks to Brewer. Back to Love. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. The drive by Green. There's Winslow. Got a hand on it. Harden outside. Love with the screen for Harden. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Montejunas is checked in.
Tonight, Montejunas.
Now Here's Harden. Picked by Mozgov. It's Harden with the drive. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. Stolen by Beverly. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Thornton against Green. And Thornton kicks to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Miami with the rebound. Outside Dragic. 1:12 left in the third. Here's Stoudemire, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
Beverly against Dragic. Modiunas, a screen on Dragic. To the middle. Here's Mozgov. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
Dragic against Beverly. Stoudemire, the screen. The fadeaway. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Green.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Dragic against Beverly. Inside. Modiunas passes to Mozgov. Miami grabs the miss. Anderson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Green dishes to Winslow. Here's Dragic from outside. Offline. The third quarter comes to a close. The Rockets on top, up by 4. We're going to step it. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Rockets leading by 4, and so in the game for the Rockets. We've got Modiunas, Boston out there with Thornton, then it's Trevor Ariza, and it's Capella in at the center position. And here's Lawson, feeds to Modiunas. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
Tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
There's a screen by Modiunas. And Lawson, here we go. And it's Capella missing. And Miami shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
And for Gerald Green and him reinventing himself, really just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Harden kicks to Capella. Outside for Lawson. Pass to Capella. In the corner, Harden. It's a pick by Love. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Harden. Wade is covering. Harden missing again.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
They get it again. Whiteside. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks. I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
The Heat with the lead. Wade passes to Day. The dish to Bosh. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Love. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
They set the pick. Harden dishes to Capella. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Kevin Love.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
And it's Wade penetrating.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Well, Dwayne Wade in this one, he has 8 points, and the assist numbers, tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Capella's got 4 points this quarter. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Lawson kicks to Capella. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. He'd have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's touched by Love. And Miami has possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Count the bucket. 14 points now in the game for Hassan Whiteside.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Love outside to tie it up. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 5 assists tonight. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Wade against Harden. Wade tries in, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Yeah, Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive
Ну, блядь, ну как он так легко, блядь.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here is Harden. It's a pick by Love. Wade against Harden. 5 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Love. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Harden against Wade. Here's Love. And it's Whiteside.
Ты рокнешь, блядь, ну почему ты перестал попадать просто?
I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
No good from Bosh.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Wade against Harden. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Harden's got 21 in the game.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Wade against Harden. Wade drives in, and the rejection by Harden. Ariza with it. He's picked up by Dang. Wade against Harden. Love with the screen for Harden. And he hits it to tie the game up. 23 points in the game.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
Green against Lawson. The drive by Green, and that one's good.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Houston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. Harden with it. It's rebounded by Bosh. Bosh has got 4 rebounds in this game. Wade kicks to Bosh. Cannot hit. Good D by Ariza.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
In the corner, Harden. He dishes it to Capella. It's a pick by Love. Ariza goes in. It's all in by Luol Deng. The Heat have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Whiteside with it. Now Lawson defending and stolen by Love.
Oh no, bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the
Ты что, дебил, что ли, блядь?
The opposite of smart basketball.
A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, you know, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
The Heat with the lead. Outside Dang. Harden against Green. And good. He got the Ingles that time as it falls.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crosser.
There's a screen. Harden the pass to Capella. Here's Love.
Ну,
And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Green gets it to go.
He's been hot here in the fourth, contributing big at the right time.
And he's, let's face it, hitting everything. A perfect 4 of 4 in the quarter.
Harden dishes to Capella, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Timeout called the Heat.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Wade, he's checked in for Miami. And then for Houston, Mozgov, he's checked in for Capella. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Everly. And Miami has possession. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Back to Dragic. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. Wade against Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Wade kicks to Whiteside. Fires from the line. It's a big high bouncing goes in. Whiteside's got 10 points here in the second half.
This guy just isn't missing today. I mean, what a day he's had from the field.
And, you know, they've needed every one of those shots he's made, Greg. He's kept them in the ball game here.
Harden the pass to Mozgov, and he dumps it down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Here's Wade. Down low. Here's Bosch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 9 assists now tonight. Rockets trail by 5. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Lawson dishes to Mozgov. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there, put that one-hand tomahawk slam?
But they'll get another chance. Here's Whiteside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. He's got 10 rebounds and the 2 nice steals as well. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
And that one bounced their way. But, guys, the rebounding disparity has been stark. They are minus 10 in that category.
Well, if you ask me, Greg, it's really been the story of the game. I mean, the coaching staff cannot be pleased with the effort on the glass. My goodness, Ty Lawson has been scintillating.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Shot clock at 5. It's Harden with the drive. Sinks it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 3. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 5. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there. Maybe working on a play for down the road and another. Yes.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Hassan Whiteside. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.